Hi, welcome to another episode, and what we've got here is a belated Christmas present. Basically, my wife had got me something else for Christmas. It's not arrived on time, so she's spoilt me with this. It's an SNK NeoGeo Arcade Stick Pro. Let's have a look what it does. On the side, it shows that. On the other side, it shows that. Across the bottom, it shows that. Across the top, it shows that. And the attention bit is basically in French. People should take caution when using this. Take precautions and read the details and the instructions. Basically, my French is extremely poor, but that's but as much as I can glean from it. On the back, though, it shows all this, which is funny because all this is in a red box, but that doesn't say what it says across the top. But anyway, Neo Geo. But what this wonderful stick actually has, it has a turbo button, options, select, a start button, a mode switch, and a platform switch. Cable and cable storage box. A Neo Geo Mini pad port, headphones port, and another Neo Geo Mini pad port, which are these things, these console looking things. Power input, HDMI output port, and a USB port, and then 20 games. So yes, you've guessed it, it's an arcade stick which can be used on other systems, but also it's got games built in. So let's have a look inside. So it's got one of these little flappy bits that go down stuff. Oh, this is where it gets a bit confusing and everything with me. Can you see that? Right, so it's got this bit. Hi, this is ASP, your new friend, with no spaces. Okay, fancy grammar. Is that to make up for other people that do space comma? Some people out there will get that joke. Right, so we have all this in here. So, I'm going to mess around and take the joystick out. And if there's anything else inside there, I'll leave that in. Trying to show you everything. Yeah, if there's anything else in there, I'll leave that in, but I'm going to take the joystick out, and I can't do that while holding everything ready for the camera. So that was a bit of a struggle taking it out of the box. Let's have a look what we've got. We've got a cardboard box, and we've got the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro instructions. And we open it up, and it opens up to all this. But we've got English, German, French, Italian, Russian, Portuguese, Spanish, traditional Chinese, and simplified Chinese. So if you understand any of those languages, you can figure out what's happening. Blah blah blah, and the warnings, don't do silly stuff. If you suffer from fits, be careful, all that sort of stuff. Read that in detail when you get it. Tells you different bits of the joystick, and then in the console it tells you that you need 5 volts 1 amp to actually turn on the console side of things. You do get a cable with it, which we'll probably find in the box. Joystick modes, couple of switches, basically kind of an on-off switch. You either have it in USB joystick mode or you have it in the console mode. So the console actually built into it, and then a few other positions, which again is basically Neo Geo mode for the console, or for working it along with one of those little arcade machine things. And then PC1 and PC2. That's how it describes it. Or you go off to the website or use the QR code to get there. Now the website I do highly recommend you go to, because you actually get some more games. Yes, you get some more games after all that stop rustling around. But we'll go back to that in a moment. Inside the box, USB-C cable, sticker, an adapter to go from USB-A, the full size, down to USB-C, and then 4 sticky feet. Now I'm not going to stick them on just yet because I have sent off for a silicone cover for this and the silicone for the ball, and basically it wraps around underneath, and I don't want it that I haven't put the stickers in a nice place compared to where the silicone actually wraps around. Because if it wraps around to say there and I've put a foot there, then obviously the foot's not going to work. So I want to find out how far it actually goes before I stick the feet on. But let's have a look at the front. We've got the USB port, which comes in handy, as I say, from that website. Basically, you stick a USB stick in with the files from there, and then you can unlock 20 more games. So we end up with 40 official games to go on here, and it's dead easy. Let you into a little secret. I've already done it. Kind of annoying because I was wanting to show you how it does it, but basically it does it all in one go. So you get all your 20 files on there, and then you click unlock in the menu system, and it does it all in one go. So there's no worry there of trying to do one at a time. This side of it, we've got for the USB-C, for the little game pads for the little arcade machine things, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. And the volume control for that is actually in the menu system. And then we have turbo, so you can turn on turbo for the buttons, options, select, start, and then the switches. As I say, you've got like a off-on switch, so in the off position it's acting like a normal arcade stick to go to your PC or go to, I don't know, Raspberry Pi, all that sort of stuff. And then it's got a few options there as well, which basically is NeoGeo mode, PC1, PC2. Probably makes sense when you actually are hooking it up to a PC. And then on the very bottom you've got this door, if I can get it to open, because it is rather stiff to open. I don't know why, maybe it's just me. I'm always worried about breaking the joystick. Oh dear me, come on now. There we go. Maybe I need to go to the gym or do some exercise, but it is rather stiff to open up. But then you can have this cable flapping about. There's a little hole in the side for when you actually want to use it. So that, basically I wouldn't worry about kids breaking it or getting in, because the chances of getting in are quite slim. And then this rubbery foot thing that you sort of see here, maybe if I can bring it up, there's a screw there that allows you to get to the stick, so you can change it for a bat type one if you want, or change the stick entirely. It's up to you. The joystick itself feels fine. It's micro switched, depending on different styles of holding. Plenty of space. Personally, I sort of feel like it could do with being a couple of millimeters taller, but that's probably because of the joystick that I've got used to using before this. The fire buttons again are good. As far as I know, none of this is the Sanwa or whatever fancy names that you might know of. I've been told there's 4 or 5 different major makers of joystick bits and pieces. Sanwa is a bit of a buzzword these years. Yeah, if it works, it works. If it lasts, it lasts. Now, people have had these joystick for just over a year now. They came out in November 2019, I think it was. So there's plenty of people have bought them, given them plenty of hammer, and they're still working. So take what you will with that. As I say, I've got a silicone thing coming that's going to go over the top, help protect basically the plastic going shiny from all the gameplay. Maybe it's false economy, who knows. But I've also bought the silicone to go over the top of the ball, not mainly to use as playing, but when I'm putting it away, it's going to stop this from getting hit by something and making the plastic pretty bad, because this is like the sort of plastic that it's not going to just crack, put a little dent in it. It may well crack and the whole thing has to be changed. Again, may well be false economy, but for me it was cheaper to send off for that and everything all at the same time than it was to buy it separately. I mean, to get the silicone things from Amazon currently on Amazon UK, they're £20, but the place I'm buying it from is $7.50 plus the cost of the silicone thing, which is $20 odd, and then it was like $7 to send it all. So in British pounds, I've spent just over £30 for both of those and delivery, which isn't so bad. Whereas certain places on eBay are asking £70 just for the silicone. Yeah, again, up to you. Fire buttons seem fine. You can reconfigure them within the settings. So let's have a look at what it actually looks like when you boot it up. Granted, you're now going to see 40 games instead of just 20, but ignore that. So let's turn it on. You get a couple of power lights. You get this as a start of booting up. And as I say, you would normally have 20 games when you start up, but I've already unlocked the bonus 20, and it's dead easy to figure out which ones came with it straight away, because they don't have, where is it? Here we go. There we go. See that little padlock with SNK on it? That's one of the bonus games that's been unlocked. So yeah, there's 20 of those, which all happen to be at this end. So yeah, the first 20 you've seen, and then the extra 20. All great games by the looks of it. Let's go down to the settings. You can pick a language, same as the instructions. You've got all different languages there. Screen size. I know you can't see the bottom right bit, but basically it's 4:3, 16:9. Push the image out to the very edges or bring it in a bit. On this particular TV I'm using, it's fine. Right, so we go down to quality. We've got smooth scaling, pixel scaling, different versions of scan lines. It's all down to personal choice on which one you want. Personally, I prefer pixel scaling. It is set to smooth scaling by default, but I prefer pixel scaling, mainly because to me it looks the nicest. You can go argue it out in the playground if you want. I'll argue pixel scaling. I ain't gonna fight over it. There's no point. Right, so we can go back. Headset volume, that's the 3.5mm jack. You control the volume from there so you don't burn your ears out. System, here you unlock all the games if you stick the USB stick in with the file set up correctly for there. You might as well copy across all 20 in one go. It does it all in one go. I will show that in a next episode. I've got that nicely recorded, but for here I'm not going to show you. I need to do a system upgrade. At the moment there isn't a new firmware, but there is a third-party hack which gives you a chance of 170 plus games. So I'm going to figure out how to get that going. Supposedly it's quite picky over the type of USB stick, so that's something you might want to get your head around as well. I'll see if I can get it going with any of my USB sticks, and if I can, then I'll show you, one that works at least. Let's go back to return and then factory reset. So there'll be your serial number hanging around there as well. Let's go back to the games. So let's go over to one of the games that I know will give me a chance to show you the way that the graphics are. I believe it's one of these, some of the showdowns. See, I just like the way that the pixels are on that one. I really do. I know it's all pixely, but I prefer it that it's not all smoothed out and scan lines and stuff. So let's get going. By default, you always seem to end up with 4 credits. And this isn't one of the ones that gives you a chance of practice. Oh well. Let's go. So if it's all in Japanese, even though I've got English set. So you can see that the bad guy's trying to get me now. You might have a little bit of music playing in the background, it depends on how I've got it set. But we can press options and we can go back to quality. Now this quality thing in the 4:3 16:9 is system wide, it's not per game. At least it doesn't seem to be doing that for me. So for example, let's stick on smooth, press back. And see, it's all smooth now. Some people might like it like this. Bit of anti-aliasing going on. But personally, I prefer the pixels. So let's go down to other ones though that you might want to have a look at. So scan lines. And let's bring up another one. again, you might like the way that this one looks. And then we bring it up again one more time. .5 and there you go. That's the way that one looks, and that's not so bad, that one actually. But as I said, down to personal choice. Whatever you like is the correct one, but I prefer pixel scaling for now. And really there isn't much more to it, apart from, of course, you want to go back to the main menu, you press the options button again on the side, you select exit, and it brings you back to the main menu, which in this case, as I say, I have 40 games. It did come with just 20, but then you unlock the extra 20, which is simple enough to do. The question mark brings you up the instructions, and then C is just for the boring copyright. And that's it, really. There's not much else to tell you. The sound's great, the animations are great, the games seem to work at the speed they're supposed to. I'm no expert, can't say I am, but they seem to be working very playable. As I say, I'm going to play around in another episode and trying to install the third-party hack, which gives a chance of 170 plus games. We'll see how far we get for that. If I can't do it, then I won't bring out the episode. But it all depends if I can get a USB stick that it likes. To just do the update of the unlocking of the games, it just liked it. I just FAT32 USB stick, it liked it. I have tried to do the third-party hack with it, and it didn't like it. So who knows? As I say, that particular thing seems to be that it's a bit picky with the USB sticks. If anyone does know of a decent USB stick that works with that straight out of the box sort of thing and is cheap enough, 32 gigabytes at most sort of thing, let me know so I can purchase one. But for now, as always, happy gaming.